Peace and Black Power, Black family. It's your brother Chase back at you again with another video. And I got to let y'all know something in advance. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to kind of be ghost. I ain't going to be putting up no new videos, but I will be giving y'all some content. I got a lot of business to handle, not only here in Georgia, but out of the state. So I won't be able to sit down and give y'all the up-to-date reactionary videos. But nonetheless, we're going to give y'all some good content. You know, I've been doing this for years now, and that's what I'm going to show y'all today. I'm going to be reacting to, or not reacting to, but I'm going to be showing y'all old footage of me breaking down the anti-Black American hate that runs rampant in the Asian community, and we're going to be checking it with facts and receipts. This is from my Instagram days. Of course, y'all know, some of you might know, I'm banned from going live on Instagram because how I used to cook so hard. We had thousands of people tuning in at one time, and that's how I kind of got started. So we're going to be checking a lot of that today, family. So I just want to let y'all know in advance, there won't be any new up-to-date content coming out over the next 2 weeks. But nonetheless, I'm going to give you some content and just show you how, you know, I've been standing on business a long time. And this is back in my Pan-African days. This is how I wish many Pan-Africanists would check the BS today, you know, because foundational Black American is a lineage. It's not an ideology. You can be a foundational Black American and have a Pan-African ideology, but still stand on lineage business at the same time, family. Still stand on lineage business at the same time. And I'm going to show you how I was moving, how I was stepping back then. So this is young Chase, you know, not as polished, a little more raw and uncut. So excuse the language that I might use at times. But I just want to show y'all that video today. And also, I wanted to tell the family first and foremost, thank you. This week, we were, and I got to check even today, this week we were #1 on Amazon in 2 different categories, #1 and #2. We were #1 in what they call Black and African American history books, and we were #2 in colonial history books. And I might have them in reverse, but nonetheless, I just wanted to thank the family from the bottom of my heart for showing the love, for showing the support, and getting my 20th book, When Black Americans Stop Singing and Start Swinging. I have a copy of it right here, man. Family, make sure y'all go get the book. This is an absolute classic. I'm working with some people right now. That's actually, you know, some of the business we got to handle. Some of the things I'm handling over the next couple of weeks. We're trying to get it into the school system, trying to get it into the high school so we can tell our own stories, family. So I want to thank y'all for the bottom of my heart. If you don't have it already, click that link in the bio and go get it off Amazon ASAP. And if you already have it, please, 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 family, go and leave a review, because when you leave a review, it helps to push it in the algorithm. Okay. You know, some of our people, they need to see 5-star reviews, X, Y, and Z. So please go leave those reviews. And most importantly, go get your copy. And also, family, do y'all want me to make the book in color? Because the book is in black and white. The images in the book are in black and white. I've been thinking about doing a color edition. Okay. Making the pictures in the book in color. Okay. So y'all let me know in the comment section below. And if I do that, the book will still be the same price it is now. So do y'all want it in color? Do y'all like the nostalgia look of the black and white? It kind of fits with the time. You dig? But make sure nonetheless you go get that. Man, enjoy the video. Leave comments down below. You know, tell me things you agree with that I said in the video, things that I disagreed. But nonetheless, man, enjoy the video, family. I love y'all. And remember, foundational Black Americans, you're a phenomenal people. Enjoy.
Here in Bali, we are very welcome to everyone who wants to visit us. Okay, but you have to know your boundaries. You are a guest, so act like one. This is not your home. All right, and also I'm going to tell this for once and all. For those who wants to come to Bali, make sure you are not broke. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one more time. Make sure you are not broke. If you are broke, do not travel. Save your broke ass at home.
Correction, there's 2 women and the other one said that they don't pay Indonesian taxes because they make US dollars instead of Indonesian rupiahs. She's getting US income and paying for Bali's living costs, which is kinda okay if you're doing it by yourself. What could happen if people do what she's promoting is that there's gonna be a bunch of foreigners with hella money living in Bali. Prices will go up to adjust to their income. Locals can compete with that. Foreigners will live like rich kings and queens and locals will be their servant. Doesn't that sound familiar? Part 2 is where it gets messy.
Hi guys, I hope you guys know about the Twitter thread that's going around. You know about the girl that's been here for a year when her visa only lasts for 6 months. Someone who's literally committing tax fraud. Literally trying to colonize us. I don't know about you, but I'm getting really sick and tired about Americans' bullshit. Does it not sink in their brain that they're gonna be the only ones in an advantage? Hear me out. If they decide to colonize us 2.0 here, and that means they make more income because they're doing this illegally, and by doing this it makes their outcome cheaper, that means Bali has to adjust with the more dominant income, which means the foreigners will get more of an advantage because they make more money than the actual people in Bali. It's bad for the economy. Terrible. Are you kidding? As if... Is it not enough for you? You guys ruined so many shit. Is it not enough? We're white too, apparently. Just without the privilege, so it doesn't make it any better.
Peace and black power, black family. It's your brother Chase back at you again with another video, and check it out. You saw the comments, the response. This is from people who are in Bali, I guess natives of Bali, speaking on a situation. If you don't know the situation, quick rundown. 2 sisters, black American sisters, moved out to Bali. I want to say it was around March last year, right when the pandemic started. They moved out there. They said they were broke. And while they were out there, they developed an ebook, became very successful, and was selling the ebook in the United States. And since then, they've been living out there. They overstayed their visa, I believe it was, and just been making money and living in Bali. Not taking any jobs or anything like that. Just been making money off their ebook in the United States, paying American taxes, and living and spending their money in Bali. So, they decided to release a video encouraging black Americans, hey man, come over here, man, live it up, turn up. It's cheap to live out here, man. You can get your money together, get your bread together, encouraging other black Americans to do that. And this caught hold of, I guess, native people in Bali, people who are from there. And they, made the videos as you see today. And lo and behold, do you know that they deported these sisters' family? They deported these sisters. So now they've been deported, and I guess they're on their way back to the United States, or they might already be back by now. This is why, as a foundational black American, I am not with this whole immigration coalition, this whole people of color coalition, because you see what happens with this people of color. This is why I am not my number one agenda as a foundational black American is not immigration. Because see, when black Americans, when we go to these other countries, when the tables turn, when we go to these other countries, they treat us like we ain't shit. You heard them in that video. If you broke, don't come to our country. Whoa, hold on, Cheap Handling. Hold on, Cheap Handling. Because every one of your brothers and sisters that come here from Indonesia, that all your Asian brothers and sisters, they come here with an egg roll and a grain of rice. They come here broke as a joke. And here you are, you telling 2 sisters, hey, don't come here broke. Don't come here broke. Who are you? When all your Asian brothers and sisters come over here without a pot to piss in, come over here with their whole family, broke as a joke, barely can speak English. But see, they don't let you do that to their country. See, they run that con game on us. We the people who they run the con game on. We got Joe Biden out here. We out here talking about, man, we want immigration. We want immigration. It ain't doing nothing for. See, other countries don't play that game. They don't let immigrants come over there and do better than the native people, the people who built the country. They don't play that game. You see what I'm saying? And they'll get you up out the paint. They'll get you up out the paint. They got those sisters deported. And understand this, those sisters weren't even taking away any jobs. They weren't making any money and taking tax dollars. They weren't doing any of that. They created and developed a book, sold it in the United States, was making money from the States. And basically just spending money in Bali, helping the people out, helping their GDP. Just spending money. The government wasn't giving them no money. Plain and simple. They were just spending money. Yet that's a problem, because the real problem was just hating. That's all that was. Just hating. Somebody's doing better than me who's not from here. And they're black. Because remember, over there in the black people, it's a racial caste system over there all across Asia as well. Black people are at the bottom. So we got 2 Negroes doing better than me. Because understand, when you go over there to Indonesia, all those places, the Philippines, they hold white people on a pedestal. It's all type of white travelers over there. You dig? That's why the population looks so white complected. You even heard the girl in that last clip talking about, yeah, we're white people without the privilege. White people all over there staying and having babies and doing all type of stuff, and they praise them. But 2 Negroes are doing better than me now. Oh, no, we can't have that. So I have no problem with that, but keep that same energy. See, that's why, like I say, I ain't bigging up no immigration as a foundational black American. People coming over here, you electing politicians like Joe Biden, and their first thing they want to do is legalize all these illegal immigrants who come over here and have this type of mentality, who you can never go to their home country and do what they do here. You dig? They come over here, Asian immigrants, Indonesian immigrants, you come over here and you set up Chinese restaurants. You come over here and you set up beauty supply stores. You dig? Hell, you even got Asian immigrants set up soul food restaurants, nail salon, all type of stuff. But then got the nerve when we go to their country, 2 people from our community go to their country, then they get deported, who ain't even making no money really off your country, just living there, chilling. You dig? So we not going to play that game. That's why we don't play that immigration game, because you see what happened when the tables turn. The energy switch up. It ain't no immigration coalition. It ain't no people of color when you go to their country. It's you nigga. You dig? And last but not least, family, we got to know our history. Since, the girl in the last clip, she wants to talk about they're trying to colonize us. And yeah, we're white people, but without the privilege. That's what they think. We're white people without the privilege. Then since you want to talk about colonization, we got to start calling them out on the history. My question to them is, what happened to the Negritos? What happened to the Negroes who once populated Indonesia and all of Southeast Asia, the Philippines, etc.? What happened to the Jawa? What happened to the Andaman Islanders, the North Sinhalese, the Atas that are numbered at 500 to 1,000 in the Philippines now? What happened to them? Because we got to understand, family, and scholars and historians would tell you, the original people of Asia, all of Asia, including the islands, and if we want to take it further down to the Pacific, Melanesia, Micronesia, Polynesia, were black. What happened to these people? Since you want to speak on colonization. Because see, when we start talking about colonization, they love to put that on white folks. But you had colonizers before white people. You had colonizers before white people. See, the people who's speaking on their native Indonesian land weren't even the original people of that land. That was the Negritos. See, when we start digging into the history, Tampanline, the oldest skull ever found in Asia, 60,000 years old, who scholars and scientists said had sub-Saharan African features. What happened to her descendants? Since you want to talk about colonization. They coming there, they colonizing us. Don't bring your broke self over here. What happened to the original inhabitants of the land? Why are in places like Tijuana, the Negritos are extinct? They don't even exist no more. What happened to these people? Why do we only see them in small pockets? Because they were colonized? Because they were killed off? Because they were pushed out? Since we talking about land, we talking about colonization. The true inhabitants of Indonesia, the true inhabitants of all of Asia, especially Southeast Asia, look like me. That's a fact. And we can go fact for fact. We can go scholar for scholar. We can go scientific evidence for scientific evidence and prove that. That's a fact. Read J.A. Rogers' Sex and Race. You dig? Read The African Star Over Asia, The Black Presence in the East by Dr. Ratnuk Rashidi. Study. Go back and look at the old documentation. Read the first outline of Systematic of Anthropology of Asia. Read these books. Old ancient books. They know this. We're the first inhabitants of that land. So to come there and speak to people who look like the first inhabitants of the land, who are blacker than me and you, who have curly and kinky hair, who built those Angkor Wat civilizations that you so-called praise, to speak to us like this and call us the colonizers, when nigga, you're the ancient colonizers before the white man, and you push these people out, and this is still in your literature to this day. They talk about it in places like Tijuana, that we pushed and killed off all the Negritos who were on the island. Nigga, please. This is why we got to know our history, family. But this video's been too long already, but I had to I had to come on here and speak about it. Because this whole thing of people, they want to come over here on the land of foundational black Americans and eat off us. Then when we go and visit their country, oh, now all of a sudden, don't come over here broke, don't come over this. And when you come over here, what, you barely got an egg roll to eat. You come over here with all your family and friends, set up shop in the black community. And we set you up nice. We big you up nice. And then we go to your home country. Now all of a sudden, you Americans are ruining everything. You're broke. You're deporting us. Okay, cool. Keep that same energy. Like I say, it ain't no coalition. It's us versus everybody, man. It's us versus everybody, family. But this is your brother Chase. We're going to speak about this more in Voice of the Ancestors Volume 3. We're going to speak truth to power. You dig? It's your brother Chase. Go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2, link in the bio. And until next time, peace and black power. I'm out.
Me donate to Black Lives Matter? Jesus Christ, I would never do such a thing. And also, you don't donate to our stores and restaurants. You guys want to eat the food. Please don't make it sound like you're doing the Asian community a favor by eating the food at the restaurant. It's called business.
It's called business, family. Peace and black power, black family. It's your brother Chase back at you again with another video, and check it out. Man, I love videos like this because it's a constant reminder. It's the constant kick in the ass that my people need, the family needs, the black family needs, to remind them, as your great ancestor Dr. John Henry Clark said, black people have no friends. None. And I know some people going to look at this video, they're going to say, man, well, brother Chase, now that's just one Asian now. We can't put them all in the same boat now. See, we start bucking our eyes because we just refuse to believe that it's the majority of their people think like this. No matter how much video we see, no matter how many we see nail salon owners beating them up, no matter how many times we see them flip the script on us and start blaming us for shit, they start blaming us for Stop Asian Hate earlier this year. We're their number one consumer base, and they start blaming us. You dig? We just refuse to believe they think this way about our community, but it's the facts, family. And I'm going to keep reminding you until it's stuck in your head. I have to. Now, two things I want to take away from this. First, let me start with my people. The beautiful thing about what he said is there's some truth in it. It's some truth in it. When he said, this is a business relationship. That is business. That's what we do. He said, Jesus Christ, donations. Like, nigga, you donate to your friends. Y'all ain't my friends. This is business. He's right about that. And I want you to let that sink in. And the beautiful thing about it, family, the beautiful thing about our business relationship between us and the Asian community, it's not even essential. We don't even need it. We gain nothing from it. They don't offer any essential products or services. If the Asian businesses left out our community overnight, we would still continue on. That would just be more dollars in our pocket. Life would not change. God damn. I mean, what would we do if we woke up tomorrow and we don't have no egg rolls? No egg foo young? Man, nobody cares about that shit. You see what I'm saying, family? Our sisters can make their own hair. Our sisters can do their own nails. These are not essential products and services that they offer. Guess what? That means it can be cut off. And that will be more dollars in our pocket, more dollars in our community, more business opportunities for our people. That's the beautiful thing, and that's what we've been trying to push for. You dig? Because we don't need cheap and lean talking reckless. You see what I'm saying, family? We don't need their businesses or services. So that's the beautiful thing about it. And here's a little rule for thumb. Because a lot of people, you're always looking for allies and friends and things of that nature. Here's a little rule I want black people to remember. When people cross over that border, when these immigrants come into the United States, these non-black immigrants, let me just stick with the non-black immigrants, Asian, these white Hispanics, and you're trying to see if they're allies or not, you're trying to see what mindset they come with, I want you to do this. Remember this as a rule of thumb. Look at how they treat black people in their home country or the country in which they're coming from. See, we miss that. See, we talk about black-brown coalition, black-Asian coalition, but we forget how they treat black people in their home country. See, everybody cool before they get over the border. Because, see, they need you then. They need black people to create that movement, to create that protest to get them over here. They got to be able to latch on to your movements. and get you to vote for them and get you to vote for the policies they want. See, everybody cool, but then when you go look at their home country, you look at the black folks all over Asia, the Dalit, the Dravidians, who get treated like the untouchables of India. Okay? The Negrito populations all over Asia who are damn near wiped out, damn near extinct. Look at how they treat black folks in the Philippines, in China. They were just kicking all type of black folks out last year in China during COVID for no other reason. Look at how they treat your people over there. That's the same mentality they coming with over here. That's a rule of thumb. So before y'all start with this immigration coalition, we all in this together, look at how they treat black people in their home country and go communicate and talk to your brothers and sisters so they can put you up on game for the people who coming over here. Because see, that's how they talk in their home country as well. That's nothing new. They're ingrained with that mindset when they come over here. Number two, I gotta say this because, you know, he was sitting up here talking about throwing shots and talking greasies at black folks. Black folks, you don't donate, you want our products and service. Motherfucker, don't nobody want no egg rolls like that, dude. Ain't nobody gonna miss, I'm not gonna miss no time sleeping thinking about, damn, I can't eat no egg rolls tomorrow. I can't have no egg fouillon tomorrow. Nigga, if y'all left Atlanta overnight, it wouldn't change my life, and it wouldn't change 99.9% of black people in Atlanta life overnight anyway. Ain't nobody checking for your women. Ain't nobody out here, man, goddamn, I gotta get me a little Soo-young. It's just the way them eyes slanted. Ain't nobody out here checking for you like that. Not checking for your food, ain't checking for your women. Sisters ain't checking for no Asian dudes. Let's be clear. You might have 2 or 3 bed wenches here or there, but for the majority of our sisters, I ain't checking for your men. Alright? Ain't checking for your culture. We ain't dived in. We ain't out here eating with chopsticks. We don't care about none of that. You are checking for us. We are your number one consumer base, point blank, period. And let's get even deeper. Let's talk about history. Because since you want to talk about this is business, forget business. You would not even be in the United States. Majority of Asian people wouldn't even be in the United States if it wasn't for black people. Because remember, your white counterparts, the white folks that y'all love now, that y'all clicked up and allied with, even on street levels, you got Asian gangs clicked up with Nazi gangs and shit. These were the same people who put immigration quotas on y'all countries, Asian countries. From 1875 to 1965, presidents like Calvin Coolidge made it where damn near no Asians can come to the United States. It was foundational black Americans who in the 60s said, hey man, listen, we gotta fight. This was about human rights. And we started attaching immigration bills. We started allowing everybody to attach all type of bills to our civil rights movement. And in one of those bills was the immigration bills that lifted those quotas off those Asian countries. See, when we created all that unrest and all that protest, then you guys were able to come over. We've always looked out and donated to y'all cause with nothing in return. Okay, you got foundational black Americans like Muhammad Ali. When white folks were over here trying to get us to go to Asia and murder and kill y'all, okay, because of a disagreement, you had foundational black Americans like Muhammad Ali said, man, I'm not going to no Viet Cong to murder and kill other poor people, okay? You had foundational black Americans who were over there fighting and said, over there fighting in the Philippines like David Fagan, and said, listen, man, I'm going to help the Filipino people out and help them gain their independence. We've always rolled for y'all. Even when you came over here, because you came over here broke as a joke. You had no resources. Asian countries were not popping like that. That's why you fled. Let's be clear. So when you came over here, we were the community that was your backbone, and we're still your backbone to this day. You didn't come over here with no bag, with no services. You weren't doing nothing that we weren't already doing. Talking about you came over here, y'all act like y'all worked so hard, and that's why you got everything. No, you came over here and benefited off the fruits that foundational black Americans laid down. That fertile soil that we created. You dig? Them railroads y'all extended on black folks had already built the railroads for free. And y'all came over here in our community and used our black dollar to set up your little corner stores and things of that nature. And it wasn't because we needed your services. It wasn't because we needed your services. We were looking out like we always have done for every other group. Remember, before you had the Chinatowns, we had Black Wall Streets everywhere. Everything the Asian community has done today, we had already done 100 years ago. Oh, you got a little grocery store now. You got your Chinatowns now. We had already had Black Wall Streets with grocery stores, movie theaters, airports, and everything else. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Y'all ain't doing nothing new under the sun. And we did it based off our labor, our dollar. We didn't have no other community to depend on when we were building our shit. And even then, we still opened up our doors and said, hey, man, we'll give some of our dollar to y'all. Y'all have never done that. Never. You dig? And you got Johnny Bravo sitting up here in a Honda Civic talking about some, why would I donate to Black? Motherfucker, you ain't got no money to donate to Black Lives Matter, even if you wanted to. Stop. Nothing. Y'all like to act like y'all balling. Y'all barely making ends meet, even though you getting all the black dollar. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, bro. And we ain't never asked for your donations. All we ever said for immigrants in this country is be respectful, you dig, and don't work against the progress of our people. And y'all can't even do that. You dig? You got all these Asian rappers now from California to Texas talking about nigga this, nigga that. You got the Peter Liangs of the world out here killing the Todd Gurley's black men, working with the system of white supremacy. You got these Asian store owners beating up sisters in nail shops. And y'all been doing this, killing our women, especially going back to Latasha Harlins. We ain't forgot. So ain't nobody asking for your donation, bro. You ain't got no money to donate anyway, Johnny Bravo. So stop playing, man. This your brother Chase, man. Go get the Voice of the Ancestor series, man. I've been on here too long, man. I got carried away, man. I started going on a little rant. But y'all know how it is, man. We got to keep reminding our people how it is out here, especially with these other groups of so-called allies. It's your brother Chase. Until next time, peace and black power. I'm out.